Hello, everyone. My name is Devin Thacker, and this is Dovetail Workwear. My Dovetail summary, their mission is to encourage women to enter and succeed in non-traditional occupations. We envision the future as all women fulfilling their personal potential, thriving in their work, and strengthening their communities. They're located in the East Bank of Southeast Portland. They're a great company to work for, and their president is even an Linfield alum. The internship as a whole, it was eye-opening to see the design overview process, just to see what it takes or how everything is done to put a piece of clothing into a store. It's pretty amazing, but it was eye-opening to work for, as I said. The production process, these meetings sometimes would last 2 hours, were pretty draining and stressful, but it was cool to see what all or who all is involved in just making one piece of clothing. Customer service was one of my big projects. I worked with our review process. So anytime a customer would submit a review about a product they bought, I would read it over, do a summary of that review, and every week we would go over the weekly reviews. And seasons, this one was pretty cool to learn about. So right now they have their 2021 season, but they planned that back in 2019. And now they're working on designs for 2023. In my head, I thought that was pretty crazy how they could work so far ahead, but they actually design for functionality rather than trends. Projects, one of my big projects was to actually compare different functionality with different competitor brands. Some brands included Patagonia, Duluth, Dickies, and it was really cool to go through all these different brands and see what they were doing and if Dovetail was doing it better or if there was places we need to improve. So I did just that, looked up those brands and wrote out a big spreadsheet on Excel. And we had a big meeting with the whole entire team. So these are actually some of the clothing or pants and overalls that we used for that competitor analysis. But what was learned? I learned a lot about communication. It's key. And teamwork. We had a small team at Dovetail, so it was always good to have your best on, and also positivity goes with that. Patience. A lot of stuff in the design industry takes time. Like I said, it's about 3 years until you actually see anything go out into the real world. And also accepting failure. Not everything's going to work the first time. I know Dovetail, just talking to the team, they mentioned that like their first year, it's hard. You have to know where to improve or what's going wrong, and you have to listen to your customers. What was used and what was gained? So I used a lot of my economics major, just different marketplaces, and when they would talk about them, it was easy to understand. Past work experiences, I worked at Wilco and other places where Dovetail's actually carried. And artistic mindset, I have a studio art minor. This helped a lot with the overall design process of clothing and different items. And also I have a farming background, so that helped them look at different audiences as well. But what I gained was I worked a lot with Excel and actually seeing a production process. This was cool, like I said, in those meetings. And then working with others, since it was a small team, I'll go back. Since it was a small team at Dovetail, I got to know them on a personal level. So I always think that that's great in a team to get to know the people around you, and also connections, just being a part of Dovetail and the people that they know, and being in tune with who they're talking to and what they're talking about, really connected me with some awesome people. So the future, you saw a sneak peek of this slide, but Dovetail Workwear or Grain Station Brew Works. That was also my second job during the summer. Grain Station right down the road from Linfield. I was the assistant brewer, and I, going into the summer, was like, do I want to do design or do I want to brew? And by the end of the summer, I had my decision, and it is brewing. So Dovetail, as much as it has helped me understand the design process and that world, I just love brewing, and that's what I would like to see in my future. Thank you all. And do you have any questions?